bit windy out here, isn't it?
Oh, very. It's starting to calm down a little bit, but this morning we were woken up. I thought it was going to rip the chimney pot off the roof. It was that bad. So I think this is fairly minor damage compared with what probably some people have suffered.
Yeah. Hey guys, bit of a long day today actually. I've been out in this morning talking to residents and delivering leaflets in West Norton about the spatial framework, which you've got until midnight on Sunday to get your objections in if you wish to do that. So hopefully we all are. And now we're just been out in town because there was a bit of work to do down in the town hall, you know, busy. But thankfully I get to go home now and finish off some bit work there. It's a long day, and Jen's here with me, kind of wandering around as my long-suffering friend, carrying bags, because I had to take a few games back to see it actually get cleaned, which meant we had to look around, and they've had a delivery of a load of really cheap ones, so picked up the ones we didn't have, of course we did. And now we're over 40% on the collection, and that is a big milestone, so I'm very, very happy with that. Wouldn't you say so, Jen?
Yeah, there's 2/5.
Yeah, 40%, we're getting there.
Considering it's only been, what, 12 months?
Yeah, almost 12 months to the day since we started the collection with 25 PS2 games. We're now over 900, we're 40% of the way through, and it's getting hard, but it's good to preserve these things, because I've said to a few people before, the aim is eventually to be able to open a museum to classic gaming. And also to help with the preservation of stuff, because otherwise it all disappears and we've got no record, and that's no good. So that's the game eventually, and it won't just be PS2, it'll be classic stuff from all over the place, like the Amstrad, the Spectrum, the old Ataris, things like that once we get there. So the ultimate idea is that there will be a museum of computer gaming, probably in Bolton, providing I can get the space. But that's fairly long term, and we're talking, I would expect another 5 to 10 years while I put the collection together for it. But speaking of collections, my Star Wars books collection is now coming along really, really well. I finally got the one book that I thought I would have a very hard time getting. It turned out, yeah, I had to wait over a year to manage to find a copy. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, in hardback, in excellent condition. I am really, really happy with this. So now, it's the latest release. I think there are 3 that I haven't picked up that were late release from last year. So, doing well. I'm out of breath because I've literally just got back from town. I've also picked up today a bunch of... Yeah, people are now going, what, you picked up some packets? Yes. 50 A5 size plastic bag packets, and they are self-sealable, but that means they're resealable, and they go onto the cardboard cases that I've got there. So it's things like the Disney Pixar Monsters Inc. game that I picked up, the Shadow of the Colossus, Wii Music, the Echo the Dolphin Game Gear game, things like that. All going in them to protect them because this is long-term storage. Long-term storage. I'll probably put something like Space Challenge 5 Part 2 or something like that into it as well, because there are certain games that you just need to protect. Speaking of games, I'm going to show you the 2 that Jen just gave me as a present. It's The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction and The Incredible Hulk. So basically 1 and 2. I think that's how it works. But yeah, the official video game, and then a one that's based on, and maybe a sequel to the comic. But yeah, it's a different style of Hulk. So I think one's a comic and one's based on the film. Really, really happy to have these. They're fantastic. I mean, like new. These have still got the as new game sheen on them. It's wonderful. Really, really happy with that. So let's zoom in a bit so you can see these better. Look at that. Still got the feel of a new game. So happy. Right, 3 that I had to get cleaned because they didn't work very well the other day. Hasbro, the Disney Stitch, and XRGA, the Extreme G Racing Association. Now, anyone who's been watching this video for a while knows my problems with Extreme G Racing Association. This is the second time I've had to have a second copy cleaned. Hopefully it'll work this time. There was just like, it got to the titles, like the copyright label screen, and that's it. That's as far as I've got. And that's the truth for all the versions I've had. So hopefully this time, like 4th time's the charm. Here's one I have seen so many times in charity shops. And the times I've seen it have been falling into 2 categories. First one, it's damaged beyond repair. That's often happens with certain games, stuff that boys have wanted a lot and played a lot, and it just gets damaged. And the second category is, yes, it's got the case, but the game is like FIFA or something like that. Ridiculous. Now, if it had been a really good game that was in this box, I'd have probably picked it up, but it wasn't. But this time, I found it in a good New Game Machine, still on its case, Pool Paradise. Yeah, I'm building it up, but it's a game that I've wanted for a while because I like pool games. They're fun. I got into pool games on the old Amstrad CPC when it was like applied trigonometry, and then Virtual Pool blew me away. I had a copy of that on the PC, and oh my goodness, it was amazing. Then I grabbed a copy on Xbox, this one here, Virtual Pool Tournament Edition. It's really, really good fun. It's not quite as easy to use on a control pad as it was on a mouse, but this is still an amazing game. I recommend getting a copy of that. So now I'm happy to have Pool Paradise in such good condition. Like, it's hardly been used, this copy of it. The manual's in pristine condition. The game case still has its new game feel to it, so I'm really, really happy with that. Now, the other one that's all, and pretty much 90% of these were actually something that Jen found. She was looking at hard drives and little extras and things like that, and saw behind in the stock area just a pile of PlayStation 2 games, and said, do you mind if we have a look at them? And them being people behind the counter always know that if we ask to look at something, we're probably going to buy. Brought over the whole thing. We picked out all the ones we didn't have. Well, all the ones that were like 150 or under, because I am near the limit of my budget for this month now, so I was pulling it back a bit, you know? I mean, I haven't gone over budget, but I was getting close to what I was limiting myself to spend. So we decided we'd have anything that was £1.50 or under, and we got a fair few. This was one of the £1 ones. WRC, the World Rally Championship 4. Now, I thought I had one or two of them. I've got World Rally Championship up there, and WRC 2 Extreme, which I also have. WRC 4. Now, we don't have number 3, though. But fantastic condition case. Doesn't have the New Game Machine, but it does feel pretty good, and it's hardly been used at all. Apart from a couple of dints there and there. But I can deal with that. Manual in almost new condition. So I am really, really happy with this. So, let's move on to the other ones. Now, most of these I'd never even heard of. There's certain ones here that I'm pretty sure aren't even on most lists of games that were made available. Hi Jen, you alright?
Yeah, I was just trying to creep by and not get in your way.
Do you want to wave because you're on camera? But
I was just fixing the radiators.
Oh, lovely. So
I have my magic tool.
Yep, you love magic tools.
And I've also got this thing for adjusting the radiator.
But yeah, speaking of games that you look at and think, I don't think this is on many lists, and it's not in the best condition ever. I mean, this little bit here is ridged. And it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? 2nd edition, not Party Edition, 2nd edition. I don't think most people know of this, because I certainly didn't. I've had a look at gaming lists before, and this wasn't on them. Now, it's shagged out, yeah, but for 25p, for a game this is the first time I've ever seen it. And I'm talking about, it was never in shops when I was buying PS2 games. Then I was definitely having this. The case is shagged out. It's been played, it's been loved. It had to be cleaned up in the shop. It's got a mark there on the manual. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to give it a clean. The manual's shagged out, but it does have the extra bump. If you look at the yellow thing, it's got the extra bump in the back. And I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's one I've literally never seen around. And it's in a replacement case, which will have to be replaced. But yeah, I was definitely having that. Move on to another one. It's a racing game. PS2 has loads of racing games. It's dinted on the back. It's got stickers all over it. It's 75p, so I definitely was going to have it. Ferrari Challenge. Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli. They are. I don't know whether that's how you pronounce it. It's got no manual, but oh well. It's a racer. Once you press the go faster button and you know where the brake is, you're pretty much alright. Now this one I had to have, even though it was $2.50, because that is slightly over the budget I was going for, but it finished the Medal of Honor series, so I'm happy to have it. Medal of Honor Vanguard, really good condition. It's got a bit of a sheen, but it's not new game sheen. Got the manual and very, very happy. I am choking today because the wind combined with trees being felled because of the strong winds means that there's pollen everywhere. And I am terrible for tree pollen. Now, continuing anyway with the racer theme that we had. This one is London Racer World Challenge. Now, I have London Racer 2 already, and it's fun, but you can race little minis and stuff around London. Hardly ever used. Pretty good condition case. Very, very good condition manual. So I am happy with that. All of these are going to have to wait until later, by the way. I can't check them straight off because I have work to do about the spatial framework. Make sure that's going out. This one... interesting. I think this one came from Germany first. Because it's Willkommen Interessanten. I can't even read this. That's terrible, terrible kerning on this font. It's got, the font is beveled. It's not in brilliant condition anyway in terms of print quality. And it's got a drop shadow. It's like trying to read a website from 1997. Welcome to the fast-paced world of Speed Machines 3. Do-do! There you go. Pretty good condition case apart from this mess around here. So it's been in cash converters. You can, once you've been collecting for a while, you'll learn where all the crappy shops stick their horrible stickers you can't get off. Good condition manual. So it's a racer, but it's like it looks like a top-down Micro Machine style racer. But it's by Phoenix. So basically, what this company does, Phoenix, they make games that are like, they're all Amiga ports, or they feel like it's an Amiga port. It's quite interesting. And some of them are really good fun. Now, speaking of ports, this is a Dreamcast port. Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. Now, I have Ready to Rumble Boxing on the Wii. It's right in the Wii pile up there. I'm not going to pull it down because you've all seen Ready to Rumble Boxing. And if you haven't, there's pictures all over the internet. Really decent condition. Not fantastic, but decent. I mean, there's a little nick there, but it'll be alright. Manual's here in good condition. Not brilliant condition, cleanly been read, but good condition. So I am very happy overall because I haven't seen that around a lot. Next one up, another one from Cash Converters that's then been traded into CX. Well, we had to pick it up. It's 5p. It finishes off a set that I was hoping I'd finished already, but I hadn't. Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament 2. Yep. There we go. Namco's tennis thing. Weird manual there. I mean, look at that. Is that a manual even? No, it's not the manual. It doesn't have the manual. It has instead Namco's catalogue. So it's got loads of stuff like iNinja. Tekken 4, MotoGP 3. So this is a fairly late one. Crisis Zone. Don't have that one, do we? Yes, I do. I recognise the name. Yes, Crisis Zone. That was their... it's like Time Crisis. It's a point and shoot, clicky thing. Light gun game. I couldn't remember the word. Oh my goodness. Right, going back to sports. World Championship Snooker 2004. Another one to add to the collection. Very nice condition box. It still has a bit of a sheen. It's not quite new game, but it's pretty close. Really good condition manual. So very, very happy to have that. And last but not least, The Mummy Returns. Now, I thought I had this. And I think what's actually happened is I've bought the Scorpion King and then thought I had the Mummy. Yeah, in fact, I'm almost certain that's what happened. But yeah, Mummy Returns game in decent condition. There's a bit of a notch there. It's like it's been caught on something, it's nicked. And decent how they opened. Very good condition manual. There we are. Overall, very, very happy. Now we are over 40% on the collection, so we are getting along very well. But I have to get back to work, so I'll see you later.
Picture quality is actually really terrible.
I know. Hey guys, look at this. Jen has managed to get one of the plugs, the cable, the multi-outs for the SNES to work, even though it was a mess. So do you want to explain how?
Yeah, she bought two of these things off a vendor online, and they're just really shoddily put together, no quality control. One of them didn't have any video, and the other one had a lot of static and noise on the right-hand audio channel. So what I've done is I've pulled apart the plugs, and the first thing I noticed was that the one that had no video, it only had 2 pins showing inside the actual plug that goes into the back of the SNES. instead of it should have 4. I compared it with the other one, so quite clearly the video was just, there was no pins to make contact. So we opened that up, and it looks to be when they've moulded everything together, the tabs have actually got moulded into the plastic rather than onto the plastic. But that told us that the other one probably had a fault along the lines of just the little solder tabs making contact with each other. So we've opened that up, and lo and behold, one of the solder tabs has got a big blob of solder on that's melted into the insulation of another cable. So I've just gently teased them apart with a small screwdriver, and boom, we're working. So there we are. We made one good cable. The other cable, I don't really think there's anything for it. It's just simply missing 2 pins to give you a video feed.
So there we are, and I was hiding down underneath the video while she did that explanation, because it's a bit of a cramped space here in the studio, and she's fixed it. Jen is the fixer.
Yeah, I can fix most things, yeah.
Jen the builder. Can she fix it? Jen the builder. Possibly, but possibly not.
I work on the basis that somebody says, oh, it's broke, you can't fix that. It's like, no, can't is not a word in my vocabulary. I will find a way of doing things, and I like fixing technology. Especially technology that people say, oh, it's broken, can't be fixed, put it in the bin. No.
Always a challenge.